Hello, in this video I shall be discussing 5 topics. The first topic is Prashad scheme. So Prashad scheme is a scheme under the Ministry of Tourism. So this has come into working since 2015, and the full form of Prashad is Pilgrimage Rejuvenation and Spirituality Augmentation Drive. So this is to augment the spirituality pilgrimage and to rejuvenate this particular pilgrimage in India. So we can know this out of the full form of Prashad. And the objective of the scheme is there are 3 objectives. The first is infrastructure development. So in order to develop infrastructure, we need to take up the construction of roads, rail and water transports. So these are the entry points. So into that pilgrimage area, we are improving these entry points through roads, rails and water transportation. And the second objective is last mile connectivity. So after going over to that place, town or the city, you need to be connected to the temple or that pilgrimage exact site. So that last mile connectivity must also be improved in order to have easy pass to these tourist centers. And the last objective is basic tourism facilities. So where you go there, you need to lodge over there, and to provide for all that basic facilities over that lodging or stay of the tourists, Prasad scheme works. So for example, there is a project taken up in Kerala under Prasad scheme, that is development of Guruvayur. So development of Guruvayur project is a recent project taken up by the scheme in Kerala. So the next topic is GCC. So the full form of GCC is Gulf Cooperation Council. So you can know this is about the countries in Gulf or bordering Gulf. So GCC was formed in the year 1981 and it has got 6 members. The 6 Arab states or the members of GCC are Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. So these are the 6 member states of Gulf Cooperation Council. So this is basically a political and economic union of Arab states that are bordering the Gulf. So whatever Arab states are bordering the Gulf, they are going to have a cooperation in political aspects and economic aspects. So they hold meetings and they hold talks. So all of that happens through this council. So this is about GCC. The third topic is IDF. So the full form of IDF is International Dairy Federation. So this is about milk. So this is a non-profit, non-governmental organization for the global dairy sector. So in order to integrate all the national dairy sectors, there is one global dairy sector, that is IDF. And the members that are in IDF are all the heads of national dairy committees. So every country will have its own national dairy committee in order to see the milk production of that particular country and the business related to it. So for example, in India we have NDDB, National Dairy Development Board. So the chairman of NDDB is Dilip Rath. So this our chairman of NDDB has become a board member in this International Dairy Federation. So that's how the chairman or the highest authorities of these national dairy committees in all the countries, in all the member countries, will become the members of International Dairy Federation. So India, for the knowledge, India is the largest milk producing nation in the world. So the aim of IDF is to produce best scientific expertise in the field of milk, to bring out new scientific methods for the production or for the processing of milk, and to bring out high quality milk production. So to have high quality milk production, it also sees to this end and brings new scientific take-ups in this matter. And it also looks for production of nutritious and safe dairy products. So it ensures that the dairy products produced by various countries are safe and nutritious. So this is all about International Dairy Federation. So the next topic is VGIR 20. The full form of VGIR 20 is Virtual Global Investor Roundtable 20. So this is a virtual meeting or the conference or roundtable conference. So this is recently held just yesterday on 5th November. It is presided by our Prime Minister. So this is basically, it is a bid to attract investors in India. So in the wake of the lockdown or COVID-19, we are on economic slowdown. So we need investments into our country. So in order to boost these investments, Virtual Global Investor Roundtable 20 is held by PM Modi. So in this, the discussions that are taken up or on three topics, that is how to have investments in India and what are the benefits that these investors would get. Our Prime Minister would be speaking about that, and the economic outlook of India. So what is the overall economic outlook, economic frame, and how India is going to benefit its investors. This is all it is going to talk about, and the structural reforms to bring in our economy. So our economy have to have some reforms or changes in order to achieve this $5 trillion economy. That is our agenda, or that is our aim, we know. So to become a $5 trillion economy, what are the structural changes or reforms we need to bring in economy? So these are the three topics of discussion in VGIR 20. So the attendees who is going to attend this meeting, or who has attended, are 20 largest pension and sovereign wealth fund organizations in the world. So the 20, I think that it is named because of this number of 20 attendees. So the 20 largest pension and sovereign wealth funds organizations globally all over the world will be attending, and the meet is presided by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So the last topic for today is Luhri hydroelectric project. So this is a hydroelectric project. It is in Himachal Pradesh. So it is built on the river Sutlej. So river Sutlej flows through Himachal Pradesh, and Luhri hydroelectric project has come upon Sutlej. So this is a 210 megawatt hydroelectric project. So that produces 758.20 million units of electricity per year. So this particular project is expected to bring up nearly 759 million units of electricity per year, and this has got a capacity of 210 megawatts. And this is basically done by or built by SJVNL, that is Sutlej Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited. So this organization about the Sutlej River is building this Luhri hydroelectric project, but also with support of state government of Himachal Pradesh and central government also. So both state and central governments are also helping, giving support to SJVNL, Sutlej Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited, giving support to this in order to build Luhri hydroelectric project. So this is built on a basis of BOOM. So the full form of BOOM is build, own, operate and maintain. So this BOOM basis, for example, we see it in the building of highways, where the constructor or the builder collects toll from the transported vehicles across the highway. So in the same way, this BOOM is also implemented in the building of this hydroelectric project, that is build, own, operate and maintain. So the central government has contributed to around 1810.56 crore rupees for the building of hydroelectric project in order to support SJVNL in building this project. So this is phase 1 or part 1 of the project, and there is also part 2 left to be done. So these are all the 5 topics for today, and thank you.